It happened in the year 1892, in a remote village nestled between the whispering woods of eastern Anatolia, a place untouched by the modern world, where oil lamps lit the night, and stories were still passed by word of mouth. They say the wind that passes through those woods doesn't carry leaves, it carries voices. The tale begins with a young man named Aidan. He was the only son of a widowed herbalist, a quiet, respectful boy who helped his mother sell roots and medicine in the nearby towns. But Aidan had a secret. Each morning, just before dawn, he would walk into the forest, not for herbs, not for wood, but for her. Her name was Laleh. She was unlike anyone he had ever seen. Long, dark hair that shimmered like the night river, eyes too bright for the shadows around her. She never spoke of where she lived, only that he must never follow her past the stone wall near the clearing, and he obeyed. Because when Laleh smiled, the world quieted, even the trees stood still. Weeks turned into months. Their meetings continued in secret. Always near the old cedar tree, where the roots looked like the curled hands of ancient men. He would bring her trinkets, rings made from copper wire, poems he scribbled in the margins of his mother's recipe books. But not once did she ever touch iron. Not once did she step into sunlight. One evening, as the moon hung heavy in the sky, Aidan confessed his love. He told her he wanted to marry her, bring her to the village, build a home together. Laleh looked at him with tears in her eyes, and then she said it. You must never ask me to leave these woods. You must never speak of me to another soul, for if you do, they will find you. He will find you. Aidan was confused. He? Who is he? But Laleh only vanished, as if she had never been there at all. The next morning, Lin awoke with claw marks across his chest, not deep, but unmistakable. His mother, terrified, sent word to the village elder, an old man, nearly blind, who had once served as a guardian of the sacred stories. The elder touched the wounds and whispered a prayer under his breath. You've touched something ancient, boy, and she is not meant for you. Aidan begged him for answers, and so the elder told him what the villagers had long tried to forget. Long ago, before the mosque was built, that forest had been home to a jinn clan, creatures made of smokeless fire, neither good nor evil, but bound by ancient laws. Fallen in love with a shepherd's daughter, she agreed to marry him, but on the night of the wedding, her family cursed the union and cast her out. The jinn, enraged by the betrayal, burned the family's house to the ground. Since then, a human who dared fall in love with one of their kind was doomed. And that stone wall in the clearing? It was a border between their world and ours. But Aidan didn't listen. He couldn't. Love is a kind of madness, a spell stronger than fear. So, one night he returned, and this time, he crossed the wall. What he saw beyond it was not the forest he knew. It was twisted, alive, trees with eyes, rivers flowing in reverse, a sky without stars, and there, standing beneath a throne of bones, was Laleh, but she was not the same. Her face pale like ash, her eyes glowing gold, her lips stained red. Around her were others, creatures that smiled without blinking, who moved without sound. Aidan ran. He didn't look back, not even when he heard her whisper his name. The next morning, the villagers found him near the well, muttering to himself, covered in mud and dried blood. He never spoke again, never ate, never slept without screaming. And Laleh? She was never seen again. But some say, when the moon is low and the wind moves strange, you can still hear her humming near the cedar tree. Years later, long after Aidan had faded into legend, a letter was found hidden beneath a loose floorboard in his room. It was written in trembling hand. I still love her, but I should have never crossed the wall. So remember this. Love may be eternal, but some stories are better left unfinished. And when a beautiful stranger asks you to meet them,